Hey, how about that? It's the print shop, and I'm not Brandon, which is why that didn't flow like perfect, but that doesn't matter because I am Chris Crispy Poirier. I am the marketing director here at Comix Wellspring, and I have Dan. You've probably heard his name once or twice before. Not new to the print shop or to Comix Wellspring or any of those things, but this is the print shop. It's number 4. It's number 4, and it's special because, Dan, this now makes the time that we have all done this show without somebody different not being present. So we have now hit all of us doing it in different things.
Yeah.
So here we are. We get to like hang out and do different random things with all of our wonderful people hanging out there. Hopefully they have questions for us today. We shall see as we go.
That's why it's always good to have 3 people.
Right? It's like, hey, do you got some hey, about that question that we have for everyone. And that's why I want to make sure that I can see all the wonderful questions or anything that comes in here. As I have to multitask. I'm used to being able to like text things and say things, but hide while other people are talking.
Right.
So,
yeah, I don't know about that.
It's like we're here to multitask. But the good news is we do have a lot going on. I mean, you have absolutely nothing going on, right? So
yeah, just bored.
we're just sitting here talking about comics. Not much is going on. It's completely okay, but we've got a lot of different things going on. So let's hop into it. I've got a couple things to share from my corner of the world. As I'm sure some folks have noticed, we have a 10% off site-wide sale going on. If you've connected with us in any way, shape, or form, you should have seen that 13 different ways in at least the last couple weeks or so. We know that some folks have been hopping on, taking advantage of the beginning of the new year to stock up because, believe it or not, con season's right around the corner. I know that sounds like that can't possibly be, but shows are starting earlier every single year. February is starting to see shows. So it's a good opportunity to stock up, get those things. So either books that you already have, books that you have never printed before and need the world to see this year, go ahead and take advantage of that because that'll be running through the end of the week. And then who knows? By now, like and subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no codes or anything to worry about. Literally, you can just go to the website and that will be applied to your cart. So if you've got some things that you need to get printed, want to get printed, or just want extras, don't say I didn't tell you because I did. I did here. I did in an email. I think I did in the Discord. I'll do it again. We'll do it again. So I think that's the big stuff for me, but I know from your side of things and also just what we've kind of been talking about in general lately is this little thing called Comix One and our partnership with Sarab and all the folks that are over at Comix One that are just doing an insane amount of work behind the scenes. So if you've heard us talking about that kind of nonstop, it's because it's a kind of a big deal.
Yeah. It's absolutely a big deal. Super excited. I mean, that team, first I'll just praise them because they're man, they're all in. They're all in on indies, which I'm so glad we got, in relations with like our platforms that we kind of want to partner with going forward. I mean, there's so many to name off. There's just so many out there. So we get to choose. So there is, as silly as it sounds, you'd think like we'd go after every platform possible, and we'll get there. But I think prioritizing ones that make sense for us and really have a good, I wouldn't say moral compass, but like at least have a good direction and a good focus on really putting the creator first, the indie creator first. That's really important. And, I won't partner with anyone that won't meet me face to face, that won't talk to me face to face, even over a call, but like show up. And, Sarab was, I mean, from day one, you could tell he was all about this, all about indies, all about comics, all about creating a platform that makes sense for indies and keeping them, really supported. And he's always trying to push the envelope on trying to, make the lives of creators easier. So there's no doubt in my mind that I'd get behind someone like that and just work with them. And you know, what we're doing is new. I
Yep.
think it's actually it is new. I always want to minimize that because POD has been around for a long time,
Right.
but a big but. Uh, POD Book of One for comic books, specialty comics, like focusing on comics only. It's not easy, folks. It's not easy. It's not apparel where you get 20 different brands that are hawking the same supply chain to give you, you know, to give you some application where you can like put your logo on a t-shirt. Like that's great. That is good and cool. But the nuances in like doing this print on demand book of one for comics is a whole different beast, and it takes specialty focus to kind of look at the nuances that we have over a decade, and it takes experience, and it takes things that most printers will give up on because they don't have the patience. They don't have the patience for dealing with flattened files or artwork bleeds with like flattened artwork and all, like it's just little nuanced stuff that we see on a daily. So it is new. But with that being said, yeah, there's a lot of kinks to work out. What we're building is really great. Comix One is definitely, Comix One is a great first stop for us. Global Comics is right around the corner. Yeah, and I think how many titles? Oh, man, I just got a report. I think we're trying to drive more creators from Comix.1 directly. It's Reb's doing all he can there to kind of drive more people to opt in, which is great. However, I mean, it's open to anyone. If you really want print on demand, book of one, just go sign up with Comix.1 and opt into the print on demand, and there you have it. You got it. Obviously, the platforms, like the amount of platforms that are integrated with us will grow pretty fast this year because getting a bigger platform on board with us takes time. Takes time to work out kinks, all that stuff, workflows and stuff. But for the most part, by the end of the year, we'll have a good library of platforms that are opted in, so people will have their picking and choosing of marketplaces that they can have their books available in print with just one book at a time, which is cool, which is really cool. So super exciting stuff. Comix One making splashes, and we're just getting started. So very, very exciting.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the big things is a lot of folks have asked us, and we've been running our beta, and kind of what Dan has just alluded to. One of the things we're working with Comix One right now is to now slowly but surely expand that. So one of the best things that you can do is absolutely, if you're not signed up for the Comix.1 platform, you can do so. And you should be seeing over the next couple weeks, kind of, they're going to be reaching out to everybody, figuring out who actually wants to jump into this. And I know that part of their sign up process includes all of that. And you'll even be hearing more about that from them, I believe, in the coming weeks. And also we'll be repeating it as well, that we've been running a test for a while, and like we said the last time that we got together on this wonderful digital place, is that we're doing that so that the product is good. That a lot of folks, we like, you can technologically do the thing and say it's yours, enjoy, and then reality sets in and something doesn't go quite the way that you planned, and that's why you test things before you throw them into the deep end of the pool.
Yeah, you can't vibe code this, ladies and germs.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing a whole lot of industry changing tools out there that are just vibe coded trap doors.
Yeah, no, it's like it's a great way to prototype something, but a lot of people miss just like developers are sitting out there just like you as creators staring at AI going, "Hey, that can be a useful, helpful thing, but it is not the thing that replaces everything." And that's why it's so important to us that we let our folks do their thing, and we're pretty sure we feel really good about where Comics One is right now. So I think you're only going to see that. I think my last count was somewhere between 30 and 40 titles were available. But we know that number is just going to increase pretty significantly over the next couple of weeks as we start onboarding.
Yeah, we do have people in our own ecosystem, like Comix Wellspring Direct, that are starting to load up into our print on demand capabilities. Can they do it yet? No, but we do have a game plan for that.
Yep.
Dealing directly with us. So that is, there's a reason, a rhyme and a reason to that. However, the more, simply put, the more titles and creators that can start onboarding and having their books print ready with us on our cataloging system, man, it's just going to be turnkey when you start taking it to, you know, a new platform or working with us direct. I mean, I'll just say it. It's on the table. I mean, the roadmap is clear what needs to happen. Platforms, great, but individual Shopify storefronts, integration, like API integrations with all that, like that is definitely happening. It's happening. It's just what comes first. Right now, I think the biggest opportunity is going to the marketplaces, the platforms that already have the communities, letting them opt in, building from that angle. And then while we build what we're building right now for our community, which is the Comix OS dashboard, which is, man, it's going to change a lot of things in this industry. Like POD and Book of One stuff is super exciting, but I will tell you what we are working on with the Comix OS is, I think that's my greatest composition to the world.
No, they hear us keep saying these terms nebulously at times, and it's like, no, it's we're showing you just enough behind the curtain so that you can know what we're up to. So when we keep saying that we're extremely busy, it's because there's more than one pathway that we're currently running down, and the entire company is literally going through this process of growing into the next iteration. Like I think we've used the terminology evolution because that's fair, because we're taking this opportunity to truly look at the space and say, what actually needs to be here? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Like we're a print company. That's what we do. We do it extremely well. That's why we're here. Little over 8,000 of y'all seem to agree, and that's not nothing. But once we realized there's so much more that can be done here, there's tons of opportunity that's available to us, and that's why I can't wait to just unleash you 110% to talk about what you've been truly bleeding and sweating over, because to say that this is a project of passion for literally everyone involved here, the print shops are going to start getting really wild, I would imagine sometime around summer. That's the hope.
A lot of things are going to happen in the summer. I mean, by this Christmas for this year, we'll be celebrating a whole lot. I think this year, some seriously major things are going to happen that are going to rock the industry from our perspective. And I know that's ambitious, but we're quietly building everything up in the background, and the things we're doing, I'm not minimizing either. Like the Comix One thing, those are huge milestones.
Yep.
They are just the springboard to something so much bigger, so much more focused, consolidated, that really encompasses a lot of solutions for a lot of problems with the industry that I don't need to talk about because I think we all know, but it's definitely going to be something to celebrate this Christmas. And I'm really hoping that I see a lot of folks at IC3 and we're celebrating there as well.
Yeah,
that's very soon, but I think we're going to make some serious milestones in the next couple of weeks. And then the next couple of months is just going to be, it's never going to be stopping work or we did it. It's always going to be an ongoing thing. But
yeah, we did it. All right, pack it up. But good talk, everybody.
I think I said this to the team and to anyone out there. Like, I made a post on LinkedIn or something about like, I need to stop and say, wait a minute, that accomplishment we just made is actually really big. And I should probably say something about it and celebrate it, because man, when you're going all in and just like to all creators out there, like you're working on the comic and you're just so in it for that long-term goal of like getting the entire book done, but you finally overcame that damn panel that you just could not work out, or that bird's eye or worm's eye angle view of that face that you just can't shape out or form out properly, and you do, and you nail it, and then you just kind of move on. It's like, no, wait, you just grew in that split second. Like, that's huge. You gotta soak in it. You gotta bask in it. And that was something I had to pinch myself, and I told my wife that. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to just glaze over that I just opened the package of POD that I bought from that platform, got it to my house, did my own opening, and saw this tangible book, 3 of them in front of me. Oh man, that was like, oh crap, we did it. Now it's just, we can do it for a lot more. But that's really exciting. So.
Yeah. No, I think for some of us, like when we were running the first part of the beta with Comix 1, some of us had ordered books so that we can see our own process and system and see how it plays out. And so the video that we released, was it a week, 2 weeks ago? Like, that's the thing. It's like time is now like cruising by, and it's like, no, we should share this. And some people are probably like, okay, it's a box of comics, and it's like, no. And I think those that were tracking and following along really understood that it's like, no, that this is literally the thing. It happened. And I think that's one of the things that I'm certainly trying to do with our channels and with our community is we should be celebrating. I'm not even going to say the small things, because I think to your point, we should just be celebrating.
Any small step, any big step, any step is something to celebrate forward. I agree. Very exciting stuff.
So I think we got actually a pretty good question here to kind of look at. So kind of asking us right off the top, are there any new products or cover printing abilities dealing with saddle stitch that are coming that aren't already available?
Okay. Kind of cover these things. We basically got 2 lanes right now. We have I'm going to identify books in a couple of categories. Well, first off, you got your, let's just big buckets, binding style, saddle stitch, perfect bound, and hardcover, which that's coming very soon. So hardcover, I'll just say it now. I've been looking and testing and going into that for a long time. That's coming. And yes, Book of One hardcover for real at a reasonable price. Like, reasonable, I hate that. I hate even saying that. It sounded like a salesman, but yeah, at a really good price than what we're all used to. Because go find yourself hardcover book, a Book of One. You'll understand what I'm saying. We want to come at that with the general rule of thumb approach we always do. How do we make creators make more money? How do we have them make more? How do we help them make more money? Well, that's
and also we've just seen in comics in general over the last decade or so that certain types of collected editions and hardcover, they just pop. I was actually showing some of the teams some of the stuff that I've collected over the years, because like organizations like Dark Horse and Oni have really gotten good at collected editions and hardcover. And of course their goal, just like matching ours, is not just that they exist, but they're good quality and they're really affordable. So those are the types of things that we're looking at in the industry and going, yeah, we can do that. And
well, it's going back to the beginning, that what I said. It's like POD has been around. But when you got a We Print Everything company doing POD for books of all, whatever, they're going to come at it with, let's fit everyone. Let's identify everyone as creators, and let's give them 4 types of books that they can do, because those are the universal accepted types of books. And let's get the limited substrates or whatever. And that's that. They completely undermine some of the nuances, like certain stocks that comic book creators want, some paper stock substrates. Not only that, how many times I've worked with like printers that were like, what, are you sure this is the size? This is such an odd size, and it's hard to get them up efficiently. It's like, no, that's comic book size. This is where I keep going back to, like, other printers just are not going to deal with it. You have to, and it's not like we figured it out. No, we just focus on that. So volume speaks a lot. Like, when you got volume of work coming through, you have a lot of leverage in like making things happen. And that's exactly what we're going to use that weight. We're going to use that weight so we can push it further, get the best deals that we can get. And then the other thing that we do know is that we need to ensure that the prices are low enough to add on top of a really good margin for the creators, even if it's through a third-party platform. Like, the way I had to approach pricing with like Comics One, for instance, or Global Comics, is I had to reverse engineer. I'm like, okay, this is a comic book. What would really a buyer pay for this? Like, what's the general? I mean, it's not like I just guessed. Like 10 years and billion conversations and just seeing all these things at play. Like, I got a general view, and I, okay, if that's the retail price, the cover price, how can I have that creator make the most out of that? And then what is fair for them? What do they need to do? Because I've created my own comic books. I know that cost can accrue really quickly. And how many do I need to sell to make that even break even or start making a profit? Depends on if it's your first or fifth book. I don't, there's a lot to go on there. But the fact is,
so much
I want creators to make money on everything that they do. I mean, to be honest, and I know that's kind of crazy, and there's a lot to dissect there. But the fact is, like, I know people are like, oh, this is your lead loss, just create it just to get out. Well, I think there's ways to work around that where creators can make good money in the big scheme of things, but like they can make money even on their first comic and their second and their third, and they can adjust those things. So I think, and going back to the kind of the publisher conversation we are constantly having, it's like,
yes,
the more we know as the team and the manufacturer bringing these products to tangibility, the more we know about the business models and the financial models that a lot of publishers and individuals work from or don't work from at all, the more we can kind of like propose solutions for profitability for them to keep doing what they're doing. So I am intensely interested in understanding the economics, the landscape of economics for creators, for publishers, and even for print shop, not print shops, but comic book shops, and just understanding these economics that are at play and saying, well, if we're making the product, how can we create the solutions that help us bring this product to your buyer, to you, to what by mitigating costs, so that creators and indie creators and publishers can make more per sale. And really, I'm like, I don't know what happened over the, maybe just kind of like diving into the details of like, wow, that they work like that. It's like, no wonder you're not making any money. Like, I started to make these, there's gotta be a solution out there. So anyway, the point is, I've been really obsessed with that. And I think there's a lot of discussion to be had there and a lot of questions to be had, that I am so excited about. I think this year is all about, I have a great team that are building everything, that are doing the things, but I personally am really interested in this year of just learning how the financial economics work, because I know everyone's out there to like, or maybe they are, some are. Well, it works this way. No, that's one way. It works a lot
That's
of
a way.
Publishers work different, and every publisher works different. And what I've known, there's a lot of risk, a ton of risk.
Yeah.
And granted, you're not going to mitigate all the risk. However, it's definitely overture of risk. There's definitely too much on the publisher. And I think we can play a part in solving that, and eliminating hands in the cookie jar, connecting retailer to comic creator. Like, that's the goals here. And that's how you fix economical crisis in kind of the commerce situation for our industry. And it starts by just understanding the full spectrum of how money flows to individual creators and all the industry players at hand. So I just totally went off that subject. But the fact of the matter, is that Discord? My eyes are terrible. Oh, wait, go back. Oh, shoot, there's other questions.
There's one more question, yes.
The paper stuff. Yeah, I mean, here we have a good set right now. So there's things that we're going to start expanding out from. So we did our initial specs that we're offering through POD by pure data that says what everyone's using and what everyone's doing. I mean, luckily for us, we have a decade of orders, decade of consumers, decade of files, just tons of data to leverage to understand what out of the gate, because volume, again, going back to it, volume matters here. So if I can 100%. Go, to a supply chain and we have, hundreds of thousands of books that are coming through, I can throw that around and get great, better pricing and pass that along to the creators. So that's kind of like the back end stuff. But when we bring all these specs to the table that we know that most people use, it makes it a little turnkey for adoption. Not only that, it gives us a baseline. And then we can start actually doing demand tests on new substrates, new sizes, because it's substrates, sizes, specialties. Honestly,
so I think that's kind of where their next question is going, is that of Ashcan is kind of that next question that I know I've seen a handful of folks ask questions about and whatnot. So it's Ashcans are tricky in and of themselves, because the reality of a trash can, right? Let's do comics history / publishing 101 here. Of it is your prototype. It is your first, it's your attempt at something that, yes, Ashcans became something, but the original point was that it was a test print on substrates and everything. It was a way for a printer to be able to this is a thing. And then slowly our industry went, hey, if I publish a certain amount of these preview books and I get my tests, they're worth money. And there became a sale methodology behind it. But there is kind of a standard now for what an Ashcan is or is not in terms of size and everything. So
I'm curious on that. I'm curious because I've seen it all. I've seen
same.
Again, we tend to use the funny thing is we use terminology flippantly, but B, the definitions, everything is kind of diluted down. And even going from the print industry to the comic industry, we throw around these words that mean totally different things, but we use them the same. It's crazy. So I guess my question is, and you guys can post in the comment or the chat, and what's your definition of Ashcan? What size? What paper stocks?
That's what I just asked in text in the chat as well.
Because I mean, technically you can do that now. I mean, it just. And I think
some people are using standard comic size, but I understand that historically they're usually what a lot of folks would refer to now as a mini comic. That has a little bit more of a standard, but even then, that's kind of been passed around depending on publisher, depending on printer, what those sizes actually are or not.
And so I guess my thought on that. Well, first I probably need a better answer for kind of the way forward on terms of sizes and substrates. There's two lanes here. There's there's the Book of One POD, which is kind of simplified menu of stocks and sizes for now. It's going to completely grow and expand as the years go on, months go on. We're just going to constantly focus on that. Now that's that lane over there. That's Book of One POD. On this side, we have custom stuff, custom orders, the stuff you know us for. That has a broader menu of like options. So sizes, I think we expand out in sizes. Not only sizes, but like substrates, specialty stuff. So clearly, like Book of One POD, we're not just jumping out of the gate offering foils. That can happen quickly. We just need to collect volume and kind of gauge what kind of demands are out there for certain things, because obviously it's a supply chain thing. You can't just run out of the gate and say we want a rose gold spot foil. That's one person out of 10,000 people want it.
This is a really good standard. I think that they've shared is that your typical ash can was literally just the 8.5 by 11 folded in half, so that you can get, which is also the original kind of zine format.
Yeah, I was going to say
it's super easy to do, and that's the concept, is to get it out to make sure that it prints right, and low cost and everything. So
5.5,
right. Lots of full bleed. Yeah. Yep, 100%.
Yeah, don't we already offer that size? 5.5. What do we call it? Is that the zine size that we offer?
It is probably the zine.
There's so many in that.
Let me just 100% confirm.
Like CWS manga, Japanese traditional manga. Then you got, isn't it A5? No, then you have.
So the traditional manga would be an inch shorter, but is close. It's 5 inches by 7.5.
5.5, 7.5, or 8.3. Which one's 8? There's so many.
8 by 10 is 8 by 10 is magazine. Our standard.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the smaller ones. Yeah, I think like A5. You got A5 and down. So then
that's what I was gonna look at.
Yeah, you have
A5 is 5.8 by 8.3, so super close.
Yeah, that's the one I know. And that's a universally broad one. But I know we have a zine size.
The zine is exactly that size, which yeah, no problem. And they said, hey, thanks for the spitballing. And I was like, technically, all right here, right now, for those of you that are currently present, this is what we're here for.
Yeah.
Like some people are going to be like, those two are rambling, but like straight up. Okay. No, I got you.
Yeah.
He said that he was having some difficulty finding. No worries. I got you.
I think that's a good point to bring up too. The site
is the site is this summer. The site is going to look way cooler.
There's a lot to do on the site.
When we talk about subconsciously things being different, better, etc. in summer, there's lots of different things. But for those of you that are with us today, if you're trying to figure that out, our standard comic section's only going to have the 3 basic sizes listed. You go to our custom section, you will get inundated with comic sizes where you will find the zine, the extra stuff that,
it's
a lot.
Man, these two lanes are going to slowly merge.
Yes.
The custom and the Book of One, they're going to merge in time. I think it's just a matter of how we merge it, meaning the Book of One is going to start adopting some of the specialty stuff, some of the customized stuff. It just depends. I mean, it's a long roadmap, which we are mapping out. Like, what's first? What's the priority? What are people asking for? That's the biggest one.
Yep.
It could be adding a new size, adding a new substrate, adding a new, first I'd love to just tackle this hardcover, situation. But perfect bounds, I mean, that's another thing. But perfect bounds, we'll add on that to POD, then we'll add on hardcovers, then we'll start dabbling in, okay, what substrates are most important, what finishes, what sizes, because that's definitely going to happen. I know you said 3, but I can already tell you right now that A5 will be on there so quick, because I know 2 huge publishers that directly deal with us that want A5 that are on all those sites. So I think that's going to happen rather quickly. But yeah, I mean, it's like we're not locked in because this is the only way.
Right. This is the way.
It's what we know, and again, we're traveling in this like kind of uncharted territory, or whatever you'd like to call it, but for comics. So we are definitely trying to play it right, do it right, but inevitably, if it goes my way, every type of book, every type of finish, every type of size will one day be Book of One POD. It just matters how much volume we get and how we can leverage that for scale on a global scale, which we're all in. So it's going to happen pretty quick. I think we'll start showing some cool things, specs and stuff like that, offering, in the short time. So, but speaking of like the two lanes, the custom stuff, I think we have a little announcement there. Minimum quantities. Breaking news. Pen watch.
Yeah.
So we are kind of starting to talk about this merging of these custom, and one way we're doing that is we're going to slowly dial down the minimum quantity threshold. So we're going to start small, and might be a hoorah to you guys out there now, or it might not be. It might be like, oh, big deal. But we're going to lower our minimum quantity threshold for customized books down to 20. It's 25. Now we're going to 20. With that being said, it'll be a good marker to focus on to get it even lower. We'll see how the year plays out and how we start aggregating volume, like I've said a billion times. But the more power to kind of the gathering of the quantities of titles of books and processed books through our system, the easier it is for us to kind of access those lower quantity thresholds for some of the specialty stuff. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot that we're realizing we know that we don't know. And I think no one really knows some of these things. So we're discovering them. But this is one of the ways. So minimum quantity, dropping to 20. I would tell you when that's going to officially launch, but maybe it's already launched. That's where I'm at. That's this marketing guy right here. Maybe he can answer that. But
I have to double check on the back end, but I think we said that was the goal. So
yeah,
keep an eye out, because we are slowly rolling out. Well, I shouldn't say slowly anymore. We're just rolling stuff out. It's just like here you go, and let us foist upon you multiple options to print things, because that's what we're here for. But thank you for having a conversation with us and ongoing, because again, right here, this is what this show is for. Like we want you to ask questions, and if we can help you answer them along the way, then that is useful to us. It is useful to you. So happy that we could kind of talk it out loud. But to now take this opportunity to be the salesman that I am, if you're not already engaging, you should jump into our Discord, because then you'll get to hang with us on almost 7 days a week, because I have a terrible digital habit, which means if you ask questions, you'll probably hear from myself or Brandon or from someone else on the team, or just some of your other cohorts that are out there doing things and have been printing with us for a while. That we're not underselling it. That again, it's not like, there are secrets in the Discord or anything, but it's there so that we can have these conversations. So if you haven't had the opportunity to jump in with us, I'll throw that lovely link into the chat for everyone.
Yeah, that's what I really love that you keep mentioning that, because that's been a dream of mine. I always wanted to just one of my favorite things, even in the early days of CMO, I like going to the cons and talking with people. I hate everything being shrouded by business. It's like I don't even I love being taken serious. I do. I mean, everyone does to some extent. But I just love shooting the shit and blabbing. And with those things, that's where things actually happen. So I want more of this. I want more of, you know, these open forum discussions, the Discord. I mean, things
And
are
so
happening
far,
there. I feel like an idiot trying to keep up with what I'm trying. But
yeah, we already have a little over 100 folks have wandered in, and we have everything from people that are sharing what they're working on. We've also tried to provide you as a creator lots of different ways for, do you need a penciler for something? Do you need an inker for something? Do you need input that it's not just, you know, here I am, throw your shingle out. Like, we want you to do that. We have channels for that as well. But maybe the big thing is just being able to find help on projects. Like, we get that
yeah,
that's a reality, and that there's a lot of people that are also looking for work. So we've
yeah, my
provided some of that for you.
100%.
And as we alluded to before, we did end up adding some voice channels. So if you just want to hang out, or we've even made a drawing room that, for those of you that know how Discord works, you can hop in, talk on audio, share your screen, and you guys could just draw it out. Like, if you've seen Brandon and Spilled Ink, you can do that yourself in real time.
And mind
In
you,
our
I promise you, I'm going to be on there drawing soon. I'm going to start drawing on there. I'm finally dusting all the cobwebs. My desk got it set up here. I'll be on there. I honestly, and I love it. And I'll be on there drawing, and people in there ask me any types of question they want. I don't mind shooting
yeah.
the shit. It is an
So
aspiration of mine to be drawing on there with everyone and just talking. Yeah,
so
when you guys mentioned that, I was like super stoked. I'm like, when can I do that?
it's just time, man.
It is. It's two
But
toddlers.
we've had some great conversations. Everybody's already shared pictures of their pets, so we know it's the internet now. And this week, most of us have been showing our pets buried in snow, but, you know, here we be. But you'll see more and more happening there. We are hoping, as time goes on, that we'll also purposely do live events where you'll get to see us crazy folks just hanging out, because we believe that there's more to this than just selling products and making things. That when we say for creators by creators, we're not that. It's not some clever thing that the marketing guy came up with and puts on something. That it's something that we live, breathe, and bleed. So we like hanging out with people that are like us. What can we say?
Yeah.
And so far, so good.
100%. I mean,
So
shoot, if I want anything out of life, it's just to feed this industry and support those who are like-minded. I mean, who doesn't want that?
yep.
Greedy
So come hang
people.
out with crazy people just like you.
Yeah.
And us and them.
Yeah, nuts.
But we
We're
don't
crazy.
talk about them.
Yeah.
So before we kind of transition, because another thing that we've decided to do with this show a little more than some of our others is to share some crowdfunding projects that folks are working on that are in our sphere. And this week I'm going to feature a couple out of Comix One, because for those of you that hear us continue to talk about Comix One, it's not just a platform where you can sell your digital and your print things. You can also raise funds for your project. So,
which, side note, lowered their fee thanks to this man right here. I gave him a stern talking to. No,
yeah,
I was
on
like,
your
hey,
behalf,
man,
we had a
you should probably
talking.
lower your fee. And they were like, dude, we're working on it, and they did. And dude, if I'm gonna endorse a crowdfunding, because I'll just say it, we have opportunities with some well-known comic crowdfunding platforms, and frankly, I want crowdfunding is one of those things.
It's tricky.
It is tricky. It's one of those things. I know it's an awesome tool. It's very useful, and it's very good for creating demand and, you know, getting pre-orders. I mean, it's a glorified pre-ordering, but you know, it's really good for those things. I just think, again, just like distribution and all the other ones, somebody, suit and ties, VCs out there, see money, opportunities. That's why you see increasing fees. You know, it's a game that I want to play against. And I think if there's a better way, there's a better way. And
there
if we
has
can
to be a
support
better
that,
way.
there is. There is. Trust me. I know it, and it'll happen. I mean, it's creating the space in the ecosystem that allows us who are contributing to one another to continue to contribute to one another without gouging profitability. Again, it's always back to that. There's too many people taking a slice of the creators, and yeah, and that's something that, I mean, again, going back to Sarab and their crowdfunding, I'd like to see that grow. If they can do that right and keep the integrity there, which knowing them, I know they will. There's a big opportunity for, a lot of creators to jump on there and actually raise funds without, bleeding out everything. It shouldn't just be your lead loss.
Right.
Crowdfunding.
100%. No, and if you look at other industries like the tabletop industry, it's not their lead loss, it's how they do their initial orders, which always made my head hurt when I looked at it. But then when I started thinking about it, it's like they literally can fund a new project, all the initial orders to everybody, stores, individuals, etc., off from it, and then they go into regular production. And in the comic industry, we've kind of looked at that like, how dare you? It's like, we have the direct market, we have Diamond. Well, no, we don't. We have distributors, etc. So what about them? And it's like, well, if there's a way to raise funds to be able to put it in more people's hands, we're probably going to do it that way. So it's interesting to say the least, but
you just need someone in the middle. You need a mediator. This industry always needed a mediator that wasn't out to get $1. Needed a mediator, and frankly, from my perspective, it comes from within the ecosystem.
100%.
It's not an outsider coming in providing a solution. It should be one of us industry players. And frankly, I'll get on my soapbox and say one of my biggest pet peeves is that print has not been in the discussion. We've been a tool. It's like, yeah, this printer, that printer. You're sitting there negotiating with all these different printers. It's like, why are they not even in the discussion? And that's exactly what we're doing here. With that being said, once we get into discussion, I mean, we play a role over here in your journey, just bringing that tangibility factor and helping you bring it to life. There's no reason why we can't find other areas in your success to support you in. And instead of someone coming in with the recycled diamond approach, what was that supposed to be on? Then what are we doing here, folks? We're just playing this game again.
Just chasing the tail.
It's like, hey, this one's been polished though, but it functions the same way. It's like, so anyway, the fact of the matter is they're doing great things over there. Get your title on there. It doesn't mean you're locked into Comix.1. It's just one of your marketplaces.
That's one of our questions is, how are things going with Global Comix for POD Start? And just the short version of this is we've been having meetings all week. We have initial processes beginning. So I know that there's a lot of folks that have been, that was the first announcement, but a lot of us just getting things in line and Global Comix letting us know when they want to start.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at right now is we are setting up their version of the beta, just similar like we did with Comix 1, so that we can test all of our technology processes, make sure that all the pieces work and all that. So you should be seeing announcements on that very soon, because we've been almost daily with them for the last week or so to try to get pushing that along. So definitely
I will tell you if things go right, which I mean, and you say we've been talking. Yeah. I mean, I flew out to New York last year, so we've kind of been planning this. Obviously, we're both not small companies. We're big enough to have other things going on. So I think it was the matter of like, okay, clearly we're not going to do a fourth quarter run at trying to bring something new to the world. That's insane. Which it kind of timed perfect. Comix.1 was a great one that was agile, that could work with us through some of these things, and we did it. Now it's the bigger beast, because there is there's a lot that they gotta account for. But we are working out those. We are going to start beta testing February is a big month for beta testing and finding those holes in the and stress testing and stuff like that. And I kind of foresee a March, April, like things are going to start taking off. So my recommendation is this: take it for what you will and whatever. Get your books. Do the work now. Get your books on Global Comics. Get your books on Comix.one. Have the two marketplaces that have your print books available. We aren't cutting deals with platforms and giving them price matrix that's different than their price matrix. No, I don't think that's not how I roll. Everyone's getting the same price. Everyone's getting the same production price. I want a system where everyone has a level playing field, at least to some extent. We're in a creative realm, so get creative if you want to be the best in your little, if your platform needs to be the best, then get creative. So the point is, March, April is kind of where I think things will start to take off. It's development, so a week means a month, and a month means a week. You never know. But for the most part, it's going to start. This year is going to be a big one for them, and we're excited to be on board with them. So, like you said, next couple of weeks is beta testing. I think that'll go off without a hitch, and then we'll start slowly opening up that valve because that's a big valve. That has a lot of pressure in it. So, yeah, if that answers your question, I hope it does.
Hey, look at that. Brandon's alive. We miss you too, bud. We haven't burned the place down. It's still here. So I feel like we've accomplished what we've set out to do.
I think he got his new dentures put in.
Yeah, his face is numb. So yeah, he had some dental work. So
complete restructuring of his face. He said he wasn't happy. Had to redo the whole thing. So plastic surgery, Botox.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Of course, I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh because, like, ironically, I'm doing the more serious version of what he did this week, like next week. So the next time that you see us, I might miss because listen, kids, take care of your teeth.
Yeah.
Chris will tell you the full story of my horrors at a later point, but
yeah. Yeah, because they ain't growing perfect
teeth. Yeah, I mean the flip side is, like, he just joked. He's like, yeah, have that perfect teeth next time. It's like, I will, but I'm gonna pay for it. It's gonna be great. Don't go 9 years without seeing a dentist. Like, Brandon and I are literally your poster children for take care of your teeth, family.
Yeah.
But does anybody have any questions before I kind of transition? We like to wrap up. I think I caught all of the current questions, but if anybody has anything lingering, we are here for you. And then I want to share with you a couple of our things. So we've got some cool stuff to show you from the crowdfunding worlds. So
yeah, some cool crowdfunding projects out there.
Yeah, there's all of you that are creators, and like I said, for those of us that are creating on this side, like, there's so much cool stuff out there. Like, thank you for, making cool stuff. It makes printing things even cooler
before you diverge into that.
Yeah, for sure.
2 points to just remind you. You got how many days? A few days till the end of our 10%.
Yep, 100%. Yep.
I think I'm gonna get married to the idea of always running this on a January. I think it's smart. January.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's a good New Year. It gets good. Like, okay, if I can save some bones at the beginning of the year, that's great.
That does not suck.
It does not suck. It does not suck. That coupled with minimum quantity, we kind of glazed over that, but we tried to lean into it. But here it is again. For customized books, or anything on our site right now, for books, 25 minimum goes to 20. and I will keep trying my darndest to get that lower and lower and lower as time goes on. But
just
for now,
sneaking down there.
It's VOD, Book of One, and custom. Right there. We'll get there. But right now, I think that's a sweet deal. That's not, man, if we're knocking down those barriers, then that's one brick, at least 5 bricks. So yeah. So just don't forget about that. We'll make more announcements. I think this is the first time I've mentioned it. We mentioned it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see it if you're subscribe to our newsletter. We will be kind of making more of that push and an announcement here in the next, as we go next couple of weeks. So on to you, Chris.
All right. Who wants to look at some crowdfunding stuff? No one. All right. Well, then we'll just fine. We'll just close it.
Me. I'm here.
We'll close it out right there. No. So another thing from our Discord and from other things, that if you submit stuff to us, we'll have the opportunity to take a look and go, hey, that looks pretty neat. We should probably say something about that. So it's just the community in action, and
I love that.
So, I mean, like right off the top of it, I was just a collaborative graphic anthology illustrating the power of change to turn a tide. Like, I haven't even scrolled down the page yet, and I'm like, I like
First
it.
off, I love the illustration style. Big fan of the title.
So I think there was some more stuff. Like even there, like it's like, look, it's a slice of life. I already see the slice of life of everybody involved.
Continuity with the style direction. Loving it.
You nerd. Like, tell who the graphic designer is.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty neat project. It is clearly a labor of love of all the people that are involved in this, and
collaboration. I don't know how many times, but maybe I've never said it. No, I've said it. But that is one of our core values. Quite literally. Our brand's core values is collaboration. Like, I want to put that on a pedestal and or maybe at the top of a mountain and scream that this year. I think I want to find a way to incentivize those who collaborate. There's just so much good happening with collaborations of creators bringing ideas together. And man, I love to do it myself. I always think like in my silo, like, man, this idea is brilliant. And I bring it to this group of people and I'm like, wow, like, no, that idea was cool, but kind of sucks now, and that compared to what you guys just kind of approached it with. So man, there's just so much beauty and so much amazing things come from collaboration. So I just want to say that piece, it's our core value, and we're going to lean into that. And there's going to be evident ways and obvious ways that we are leaning into that core value as we keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
I want to just plant that seed. And this is a great reflection of that. I love it.
Yeah, 100%. And with 56 days to go, they're almost right there at the halfway point. So if that sounds like something that is all about your journey, they've got tiers that are very practical, taking a look at that. Tons of great stretch goals. Like, this is just another one of those that you'll be able to find in the show notes afterwards and be able to jump out there and support. And that's, like we said, that's what this is all about, is to be able to just to love on all the different creators doing all the different things with us and whatnot. So now, I told you that I was going to preview a couple things that were coming out from the Comix One platform and their internal crowdfunding. So again, this is something that's opportunity. And one thing that's kind of neat about their platform that I like, and I know others can do the previews as well, but this is letting you know this is launching in 9 days. So this is basically a pre-launch, and you can kind of take a look at, very similar to other crowdfunding. It's going to tell you a little bit about the book, and I'll tell you what.
Again, super sweet cover.
So check this. Like, I dig the.
Who's the illustrator on this? Who's the illustrator on this? This is absolutely breathtaking. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. Mauricio,
See,
Mauricio Villarreal. Villarreal.
I think that's fair, and we should just say up front that we do not know.
I'm sorry,
And
but
you literally chose the two people that are like
blessed with an extreme talent here, and I'm very jelly right now.
Dig those lines, and it's literally an everyday. Wow. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's like this looks like if you're just looking for a fun little kind of a journey into all the things that are potentially occult and everyday, this is apparently going to be your book.
That's cool, and I love that they showed so many pages. The previews are important.
A 900-year-old demon who investigates the occult, and then good old Gene. Oh, Gene.
The name you don't really hear as much anymore these days, Gene.
Yeah, no, and like actually on the Eugene shortening as well. So
yeah, yeah, all right.
This dude's birth certificate says Eugene. I'm willing to put money on it.
Burkowski, what is that? Polish. Oh, cool. So it slides all the characters.
Yeah, this.
Oh, that's a cool little feature.
So when we say that Comix One is putting together some really neat stuff in terms of what they're trying to do for their creators, this is why we partnered with them.
Well, they're listening to indie creators. They're listening, and they can listen. They're not a conglomerate, which it's really hard to do. I mean, it's very cool. And
so some pages.
That's just evident that they're listening and they're doing some cool things.
I also love the Angine.
I know.
And she's like, I'm present. I am participating. And then finally, this one is going to be Dirtbags. Is like I've seen the cover for this show up on Comix One a few times, and this art just blows me away. Yeah. So them giving a nice long runway to when they plan on launching this, I think is because they've got a lot going on here.
Like the cover, maybe it's like a wash or
so it's painted, and which is super. A lot of that's taking place right now. That the Matt Kents and Jeff Lemire's of the world have really opened this world into either watercoloring or straight painting, mixed media being done. Like you thought your pages were late when you were just penciling and inking them. Like I straight faced asked Jeff Lemire at a show a few years ago. I was like, how on earth do you lay out a watercolor book? He's like, I put like 4 pages in my studio and I'll kind of do them kind of one at a time because drying takes forever. And he goes, and I have to kind of layer some of that to get the right things. And he goes, so, and
if you want
like you want that just seems like a lot.
Yeah. And if you want your base to be consistent too, your base layer, it's like that's where you have to, because man, trying to get that same saturation, but also consistency across the page with dealing with water.
So they're saying right here that it's 100% hand drawn and painted, and I believe this is going to be a novel, a GC from what they've said, and so that is a heck of a lead in right there, family. Dirtbag is Stranger Things meets South Park with the grunge and punk rock aesthetic. It comes through the alternative artwork and quippy dialogue.
Quippy, love that. Yeah, two amazing things right there. Two amazing things. That's what a match.
Once again, I really like this core character thing that like you can introduce the cast like right up front. Oh, so that's really dope.
The traditional artwork, man, I have some mad respect for like the traditional artists out there. I went to school for illustration, and I remember the transfers, and I mean even animation did a lot of the transfers and a lot of just, man, there is no Control Z. It's like it is hard. Oh man, like that. I mean, those are the situations where you make a mistake once you're knee deep. The final pages are flawed, and the artist knows it. Maybe we don't know it, the readers, but the artist knows it, where they are. And that, I think, is what's the best about traditional art. Because they're a little bit a reflection of us. I mean, is the little nuances are flawed. And only really you can point those things out. From the outside, if it's obvious, but yeah. Well, with the traditional art, it has me thinking though. I've been really busy bee with another thing, which is our blue line. Oh, there's a lot there. Maybe we save it for another print shop, but
I introduced Brandon to one of my favorite savings, and that's save it for the podcast. And because the podcast is over, that means next time. But
well, I'll save it for the podcast. But I'm super interested in talking to the community, and maybe this is the Discord thing.
Yeah.
My closet, my dark room study is just loaded with paper stocks and artisan papers, fine tooth, fine IDs, and I'm just trying to go through and find really good paper, really good variety of paper for our blue line, which is already in production for some. So I don't know, more to come on that. I'm very excited about that, supplying the tools and the right paper. Are those listed on the site? I think they are. Are they the final and best product? I will admit, probably not, because I think their accessibility and affordability is key. Now, I was just trying to knock down that next pillar, which is link. Oh, yeah,
I got him.
The next pillar would be variety. I would say this, American Discord. What specifics? How about you place an order and get that blue line and then give me feedback? But like, what specifics? Because everyone has pick their poison, right? They like the vellum, the really toothy paper, or they like the ultra smooth Bristol. Like, those things are very interesting to me, and more I personally like, the smooth Bristol, because Copic works really well on it. Ink sets well. Pencils are really good to erase. Yeah, vellum fit. Okay, cool. Well, I have something. I have something there for that one. It's not on the site yet, but I'm looking at that one, the 500 series, the vellum. I'm very interested in that one. That one you can go really wrong or you can go really right. Mainly, I think the top priority, yeah. So the top, yeah, cool. What I'm looking at right now is kind of like the equivalent for the 400 series, which is the smooth Bristol for markers and stuff like that. We have that one. That one's for sure in there. It is literally, you won't even be able to tell the difference between the Strathmore 400 series and our CWS. What I'm calling is it's the 300 series, because we're going to have 3 sets. Again, I'm going into the next podcast, which we should save for that, but sorry, he opened me up. He started asking questions. Now
it's really good, but we are seeking that input though. So that's a good place.
On the Discord. I'll be on the Discord.
Yeah, no.
The Discord. We'll talk productizing, because I got a whole heap of thoughts.
Well, and we're looking, like we've said, we are looking for people's input so that we can provide some of the best things. And like we said, Dan kind of alluded to it, is the concept of we're trying to be a creator's partner as much as we can, not just a print. Like, print is our bread and butter, but you're going to see more from us, especially this year, as we try to get the right tools into your hands so that you can print a good product.
You shouldn't be paying $25 for a pack of blue line. That's all I gotta say. You should not. Sorry, had to say it. Maybe it's a stinger.
Yeah, and it's where, so just know that a lot of that, we have a lot coming, and this is going to be the place for you to to learn more about that, or just harass us on the Discord. Everyone else does. So
yeah.
Army of one.
Part of the game. Got to take punches too. Handshakes and punches.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh yeah. And today brought to you by 100. So thanks for hanging out with us per the usual. We are here for each and every one of you. This is important to us. It's why we take the time to come hang out every couple of weeks. So in 2 weeks, we should be back. I'll have new teeth. Brandon will have plastic surgery or something. So we're just, maybe that'll be the podcast where Brandon and I share off like no, seriously, go to the dentist episode. But
Comics and dentists.
It's not the same, but I feel like I should leave Comix in their waiting room because their reading material sucks.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hey, go out there, peeps. Go out there, create a comic book. We'll even support in the print. Get them in the dentist offices.
Yeah, right. So at least if you're going to be there in pain, you have something.
Serious problem in this world we live in is that dentists do not have comics and checkups.
It's the comics and checkups. It's so you might have heard that we have a little show called Cats and Comics and Coffee.
We're just
new episode airing tomorrow. But coming soon, comics and checkups, because
we should all take care of our health.
Yes. And, life imitating art, but our health is important. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So thanks for hanging out with us. I am Chris. That is Dan. Brandon's in the comments, so he is with us.
So go harass him on Discord.
Yeah. Apparently half of his face is numb, so now might be a great time to hit him up in the Discord. So that's the print shop number 4. I think we did it.
Number 4. We did it.
Number 4. We did it. All right. Well, we'll see you all in exactly 2 weeks. Keep creating. That's what you're here for, and we're here to make each and every one of you stronger each and every day. Signing off. See you next time.